So Breaking Circus is a professional contemporary circus company, started in 2018. And we do production of professional contemporary circus, so which includes acrobats, aerials, juggling, and we do contemporary shows, which often have thematic material, and we do everything from small venues to arena style.
Well, this is, we're in the Breaking Circus studio. Formerly it was the Halifax Music Co-op, and it is the back side of the Brunswick Street Mission. So it's, space is what, I think 40
by 60? 40
by 60 by approximately 30. It had originally burned down in the 80s and then was rebuilt. And when they rebuilt, they had an architect that decided they wanted to put this really beautiful vaulted ceiling on it. And to our advantage, there's a lot of steel in the ceiling, and it's a very strong ceiling. So it's something for circus. It's almost kind of like ideal. So it's where we train, it's where we stage productions, it's where we host people from other artistic groups, music or dance or other within circus as well. So
we're both riggers, so both me and Don can go up in a ceiling, and we're trained to do all of that, so we can adapt a lot of what we do. We're very strict on safety because usually we're the ones also hanging by our arms and having our lives in the air. So I think that the safety component is definitely a huge benefit, because a lot of people that want to get into circus don't necessarily understand that there is a high level of risk.
And then also there just wasn't as much rigging in town to like kind of support you. So we were just like, we need to go get that knowledge, and then we can support our business, but also allow us to create, because rigging is a component. It's actually like another performer. It can allow you to do some really creative things beyond the hanging speakers and hanging lights and just hanging people from the ceiling.
So at Prismatic this year, we're going to be collaborating with the Upstream Music Association, and we started doing workshops with them last year, which were these collaborations of improvised music with improvised circus.
Music from different cultural traditions too, which is really interesting. Like we did a little experiment with it, project with it last year, and it was like, all these different cultures, all these different instruments, some people have never seen, and most of the individuals have not played with each other before the first time we did this. So it's really, really interesting to improvise, physically with music and circus, because circus tends to be very choreographed. So the idea from Up in the Air, I guess, came from our talks. We have these just coffee chats with the head of Upstream Music Association. And we were always kind of brainstorming about things, and they were like, we had this idea for this project. It's like circus, improvised music. Do you think this is something that could be doable?
A lot of the arts organizations that have been around for a while it's only recently that they're really starting to push to do outreach to underserved communities and IBPOC and
foster more equity and inclusion and access.
Yeah, and I think he knew that Upstream needed to join that, and because when we started from the beginning, we've always been about outreach and representation and equity.
There's been generations of mixing and morphing and this beautiful mosaic. So if we don't have people from different cultures on stage with us, like working all together, then there's going to be sections of the community that aren't feeling like they're included. If you don't see yourself represented, if you're watching television, if you're in live performance at the grocery store, when you go to pick up your kids at daycare, whatever it might be, like if you don't feel like you're being represented, then it makes it hard to engage with an art form. It makes it hard to, I think as a community, grow in a sort of collaborative way together.